Today is Saturday. It is about 9:30 in the morning and I'm making breakfast right now. I'm making some breakfast burritos and I'm filming it for TikTok, so I'll probably put the video of it on the YouTube video, but I've got my little agenda for the day. I got some fun things that I'm doing. First, breakfast, and then I'm going shopping. I'm gonna go clothes shopping for the first time in a long time. And then whenever I get back, I'm gonna do my Bible study. Usually I do that right after breakfast, but I wanna go shopping before everybody else gets the idea to go shopping because it is Saturday, so I wanna go before the traffic gets too heavy. That's the plan, at least. We'll see how the day goes. That is a hefty burrito. Breakfast was amazing, and now I'm about to get dressed so I can go shopping. I'm choosing something that's like easy to take on and off, or like if I need to put some on top of it, I'm just choosing a tank top and jeans that now fit. All right, so here is my shopping outfit. Just something that's simple and easy to take on and off. I got my slip-on shoes and my little bag that I can just put across my body, which makes it easy to like rummage through all the clothes and stuff. I'm excited. Let's do it. We're here. I'm a little nervous for some reason, but I'm very excited. So let's go do it. So much fun, but I am exhausted and starving now. So there is a kava nearby, and somebody's been telling me, and people have been telling me like kava is so good and I need to try it. So I'm gonna go try it because I'm hungry. I shopped until I dropped, literally twice. I had to sit down 2 times while I was shopping because I'm not used to standing up for like long periods of time, especially, you know, changing clothes and stuff like that. So I feel good, I'm just tired. So it's time to go eat lunch. So let's do it. This looks so good, I'm so excited. Look at that, I got the harissa chicken avocado bowl. I think that's how you say it, harissa. And then the strawberry citrus drink and some pita chips, just the plain ones. Oh, those are good. Oh, that's really good. Yum. That was so good. I packed up half of it. I ate like half of it and then ate the rest of the chicken out of it. And then I packed it up in a little to-go thing, and I'm gonna bring it home and maybe have the rest of it for dinner tonight. I'm gonna make some steak or maybe some salmon. I think either one would be really good, and turn it into my dinner. So yeah, now I'm gonna go home and probably sit by the pool because it is hot. I'm ready for the pool. I got my new PacSun jeans. I love them. I love them so much. And I know they're already like worn in because they're like secondhand, but they fit so good and they just feel so comfortable. So now I'm ready for the pool. So I get to sit by the pool for a bit and read my book, and then it started raining. So I came in and finished the chapter that I was on, and then Now I'm gonna make dinner. So I have been loving these like smoked salmon packets. I've never gotten the hot honey one, but I was feeling a little spicy apparently. So I got the hot honey one. They have like a cracked pepper one, which is my favorite, and then just like a regular like honey smoked salmon. And I'm gonna put it in the rest of my kava bowl. I've got the little pita bread in my air fryer back there right now, so if you can hear that, I'm trying to turn it into the chips because I have like 3 of the little pita chips left and they were so good. So I'm gonna see if I can like make some more out of the just plain pita bread that they gave us. But yeah, I'm gonna put half of this in the kava bowl and that'll be dinner. And that is dinner. That looks even better than whenever I got it, I feel like. This is my other little pita that I roasted. I might have got it a little bit too crispy, but I think it's gonna be good. I'm making my nightly protein Ninja Creamy. This is like a peach pecan cinnamon Ninja Creamy made out of vanilla Greek yogurt, peaches, cinnamon. I put some high protein milk in there, and then like a Lara bar. It's like a little granola bar that's made out of dates, pecans, and almonds. This is delicious. Definitely like top 5 of my favorite Ninja Creamies that I've ever made. So good. Good morning, happy Sunday. Today is a very special day because it's officially been 30 days since my surgery. And I'm about to do my breathwork routine. It's been considered like my little workout since the surgery, and I'm doing it first thing in the morning. I just woke up, brushed my teeth, brushed my hair, and I'm gonna do it on an empty stomach because I want to do some stomach vacuums at the end. I'm gonna take you through my little 5-minute routine as best as I possibly can. If you wanna follow along, then please feel free, pull up a seat, and then let's do it together. If you don't wanna follow this part, you can skip ahead about 5 minutes. So we're gonna start by just sitting in a comfortable position. You can sit in a chair, on the floor. You can even lay down in the bed if you would like. You're gonna close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Keep taking deep breaths and notice how your ribs rise up and expand out as you inhale. And notice how they fall back down and come back together on your exhale. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. Not really forcing it, just trying to expand the lungs. And then notice how they fall. One more here. Now place one hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly expand at the end of that inhale. Breathe it all out. Deep breath in, belly expands. Deep breath out, belly falls. On your next inhale, hold it at the top for just a second. And let it go. Do it again, breathing in. And out. Last one here, breathing in. Hold at the top. And let it go. Good, you can rest your hand back down on your knee. We're now going to do box breathing. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, Breathing out. Hold. Breathing in. Hold. 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 Breathing out. Good. Shake it out, shake it out. Try to breathe naturally for just a few breaths here. Good. The last one before we go into our stomach vacuums is going to be a humming bee breath. So you're going to breathe in like normal, and then as you breathe out, you're going to hum or make some sort of sound like and I want you to notice the vibrations through your throat, through your mouth, your jaw, and your lips as you do that humming sound on your exhale. So this is going to be breathing in and out through your nose. Breathing in and out. Good. Keeping your mouth closed the entire time. Feel the vibrations all through your mouth, your teeth, your lips. Breathing in again. Hum it out. Good. Breathing in again. And humming out, letting go of all judgment. Breathing in again. Humming out all of your worries, all of your insecurities. Be right here, right now, in this present moment. Let's do one more. Breathing in and out. Good. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Now I'm going to go into the stomach vacuums. You don't have to do this part, but I really like doing them. Again, I like to really think about strengthening that deep core muscle. So we're going to do it by breathing all the way in, letting your lungs and ribs expand, and then breathe all the air out. And then I'm going to pull my deep core in and up. So you can think about pulling belly button in and up, lifting up through the pelvic floor while you hold that exhale. You're going to hold your breath on the exhale. So breathing out, breathing in and out. Take a couple of breaths in between each one. Notice how I allow my stomach to relax before I take that inhale. I want you to do the same thing. So whenever you're ready to inhale again, let your muscles relax and then take your inhale. All right, breathing in and out. Nice, I'm gonna do one more and then we'll be done. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. Shake it out. You might feel this tightening up in your back. I remember whenever I first started doing them years ago, that's where I felt it most. Like I said, now it's kind of like I had a neuromuscular reset and I'm able to do them much easier without feeling that strain in my back. But if you are feeling that, that's normal because the muscles wrap all the way around your entire abdomen, kind of like a corset. So let's do one more here and then we'll be done. Taking a deep breath in and out. Nice job. All right, just take a couple of deep breaths, settling back into normal breathing. One more deep breath and just like sigh it all out. All right, I hope you enjoyed the little follow along breathwork routine. I am now hungry and thirsty, so I'm gonna go make breakfast and then get ready for church and then go to the farmer's market. We're going to the farmer's market today, so hopefully I can get some good videos there. I love going to the farmer's market, so hope you enjoyed this breathwork routine. All right, let's go make breakfast. This morning's breakfast isn't super pretty, but I like it. It's like peanut butter chocolate oatmeal using one piece of dark chocolate, some of this natural peanut butter, and then I put some of this vanilla Greek yogurt on the side just to make sure I'm getting enough protein. I also used high protein milk to make the oatmeal itself. So we are gonna, hit our protein goal real quick before going to church. I don't have much time, which is why I'm only making this breakfast and not something more extravagant, but this will do. I'm also gonna make a little matcha to go with this Oikos Pro. It's like a yogurt drink. The mango pineapple is the best flavor with the matcha. Oh, I love when it comes out the perfect amount. I'm using my little to-go cup from Kava yesterday so that I can take it and throw it away if I need to. Look at that. So pretty. Well, it has been an emotional morning for me. You know how like whenever you go to church and it feels like the message is just for you? Like it's like they got into your brain and said everything that you needed to hear that morning. That's kind of how it was today. And I just kind of want to share some of the things that we talked about, because we talked about God's love and the different types of love that there are. Some are like selfish types of love. And, God's type of love is the sacrificial type of love. So I just want to go over a few of the things because it, really hit home for me, and maybe it will for you too. So one of the things that we talked about was the situation where Peter denied Jesus, right? So what happened was like Peter told Jesus, he said, "I will lay down my life for you." And Jesus was basically like, will you? Because you're going to deny me, 3 times before the cock crows, right? You can read about that in John 13, verses 37 and 38, where Peter and Jesus have that interaction. And then later, Peter denies Jesus 3 times, like he said. You can read about that in John 18, verses 15 through 27, but I like Luke's version. If you read in Luke 22, verses 54 through 62, he gives it in more detail, and it's kind of, it makes more sense, or it's more clearly laid out. And right there, it says, in verse 62, it says, "And Peter went out and wept bitterly." So Peter was ashamed and heartbroken. Like he broke his own heart, basically, by, telling Jesus, "I will lay down my life for you." And very shortly after that, he denied Jesus to save his life. So I can only imagine how much shame that Peter was feeling in that moment. Then Jesus was crucified. So I'm sure that just on top of that, it just crushed Peter. I can only imagine. I wish there was more written about that, about how Peter felt, but I'm sure that we can get a pretty good idea just if we put ourselves in his shoes. But then, after Jesus is crucified and then he is resurrected, he comes back and he restores Peter. And this is where he asks Peter if he loves him 3 times. He asked him 3 times. And what's funny is Peter denied Jesus 3 times. And Jesus came back and asked him if he loved him 3 times. But what's interesting is whenever he asked him 3 times, it might seem repetitive, but the English kind of loses it in the translation, because in the Greek, the 3 times that he asks him, he uses a different kind of word for love. So the first time that he says, that Jesus says to Peter, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?" The word love that he uses here is agape in the Greek. And this word means sacrificial love. Do you love me unconditionally? Do you love me, in a way that's like sacrificial? And then Peter says, "Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee." And the word that Peter uses is not agape. It's not the sacrificial love. He uses phileo. And this is the friendship type of love. It's brotherly love. He's like, "Yeah, Jesus, you know that I love you like a brother." And then Jesus asked him again. He said, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?" And the word love is again agape. It is the sacrificial love. And Peter responds with using the word phileo. He's like, "Yes, I love you like a best friend, like a brother." And then the 3rd time that Jesus asks if he loves him, he comes down to where Peter is. He meets Peter where he's at. He says, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?" for the 3rd time. This time he uses the word phileo. This is the brotherly love. "Do you love me like a brother?" And Simon said, "Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love you." And then Jesus says unto him, "Feed my sheep." He gives him a commandment to serve, to preach. Jesus is like, I can work with that. I can work with the kind of love that you're at right now. And I'm sure that it was so hard for Peter to, he wanted to say that he loved him sacrificially, like unconditionally, like the biggest amount of love that you could possibly have. But right after denying him 3 times, I'm sure he just couldn't get over that shame enough to say, "Yes, I do love you in that way, that deeply." I can only imagine how hard it was to even admit, "Yeah, I love you," after doing that. So that, in my opinion, is why Peter said, "Yeah, I love you like a brother." But he couldn't admit, "I would lay down my life for you," because he said that one time and then he didn't. Whenever whenever the opportunity arose. But then, after Jesus told him, feed my sheep, he's like, okay, we can work with that. We'll work with the brotherly love, and we're going to use that. I'm going to use you still to carry out my will. God uses Peter to bring 3,000 people to believe in him. He preached to thousands of people, and on that day that Peter preached, he brought 3,000 people to be baptized. God can still use us despite our flaws, despite our mistakes, despite our shortcomings. And honestly, I think that he prefers that. He prefers to use us in our own weakness. And there's actually a verse that kind of really summarizes this and shows how, in another situation, how Paul, the Apostle Paul, is talking about this same thing. Like, in my weakness, God is my strength. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. It says, and he said unto me, this is God speaking, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Paul says, most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. And that is something that really hits home for me, because throughout this whole situation, before finding out that I had a massive ovarian cyst, that was, the root of all the problems that I was facing, I had so much shame. I was carrying so much shame around because I felt like it was my fault. And it made me feel unqualified to help people in the ways that I love doing the most. I love fitness, and I love teaching people how they can move their bodies and use their bodies and nourish their bodies in ways that empower them. And I felt unqualified to do that because I couldn't help myself. And throughout this whole journey, God has showed me that he can use anything. He can use our weakness. He can use our mistakes. He can use our shortcomings. He can use our flaws to still bring him glory. And he's done that. So, as Paul said, most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. The thing that I once asked God, why? Why me? Why am I struggling with this? Why can't I shake this? I am now saying, God, thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for using me. Thank you for choosing me. And I'm so grateful for all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the struggles that I have faced, because through my weakness, I am now able to have your strength rest upon me. You are able to use me through my weakness, and I'm so grateful for that. So hopefully this made sense and, reached you and touched you, and you were able to understand it and follow along. I don't know if I got confusing there or whatever, but hopefully it made sense to you, and hopefully you liked it. I really enjoyed this message, and I hope that I was able to bring it to you in a way that resonates with you. So let me know what you thought, and if you have any similar stories, I would love to hear them. And if you want to hear more about the lessons that I'm learning and the messages that I'm hearing at church or in my own Bible study, then let me know, and I'll keep sharing it with you. So thank you for listening. Now I'm gonna go to the farmer's market and see what we can find. So let's do it. Well, that was fun. I got an acai bowl and this stainless steel necklace. I'm trying to make sure that I get like high quality jewelry now, like from here on out, and clothes and stuff, because I've spent so much money in the past on jewelry and clothes that are just like cheap because, you know, I didn't know what I wanted, but now that I know like what I like and what I want, I'm trying to invest in pieces that'll last, and it's stainless steel, so I love it. I'm happy about it. Good little market find. Now it's time to go sit by the pool because it is hot. All right, I'm all ready for the pool. This is like my favorite swimsuit right now. It's like a compression swimsuit and it just feels really good, like on my stomach and on my incision and everything. I put the little tie in the front because it's so long. I can actually wrap it around my body now, which is exciting. Ready for the pool. I'm gonna go read, maybe journal a little bit, maybe dip my feet in the pool because I can't actually get into the water until 2 more weeks from now with my incision. So I might just put my feet in, but yeah, let's go. The pool was so nice. Now I'm about to eat an early dinner, late lunch, early dinner, I guess. I've got 2 breakfast burritos. I love breakfast burritos so much. That was something, I hate to admit it because I don't like McDonald's, but when I was a kid, McDonald's breakfast burritos were the best things I ever ate. Like, I loved them so much. So I have a special place in my heart for breakfast burritos. I'm gonna go devour these. Look at that. This is amazing. It is eggs, cottage cheese, ground turkey sausage, avocado, and a little bit of Japanese barbecue sauce. It might sound weird, but it goes so well with all of these flavors. Highly recommend. Peach Ninja Creamy, second night in a row. Gotta hit the protein goal. I'm doing my nightly stretches, trying to get flexible so I can do a split again, like this way. I've been able to do it 1 time in my life. So I figured that now was a good time to start training for them again, because it's the boring stuff that people don't usually want to do, but I can't do much else. So we're gonna be able to do splits again. I just got out of the shower. It is bedtime, and I'm gonna show you how I get into bed every night. I used to need my incline pillow. I don't have to use that anymore. I can actually lay on the flat bed, but it's still like modified. Like, I still have to get into the bed carefully. So I'm gonna show you what I've discovered as like the best strategy. That's my incline pillow, and I still use it during the day sometimes, but all right, I've got a head pillow. I've got a very, very squishy pillow that I lay my side or my back on. So I put it where my torso is. And then I have this pillow that's gonna go between my knees. This one that's gonna be on the other side of me or on my back, depending on how I actually lay down or how I actually sleep, if I'm sleeping on my back or my side. So just crawl in carefully using my arms. I'm gonna lower my side down onto this pillow. Slow motion. And my organs still move, but just a little bit. It almost feels like food moving through instead of my organs falling to the side now. So pajama dresses, by the way, so much more comfortable than like pajama sets. Okay, so this one goes between my knees, and if I lay on my side, then this is where I stay. Or if I want to flip over onto my back so I'm not using my abs, and then, there we are. And then whenever I'm getting up, I'm gonna flip over onto my side again using my foot to put my feet off of the bed, and then I'm using my arms to push myself up. I get lightheaded if I stand up too fast, so slide off the bed, don't flash anybody, and voila, that's it. Now I'm gonna go repeat that whole process just to lay back down. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It was very fun. I had a very fun weekend. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and thank you for watching. Mwah! Good night.